Roll call.
Mayor Gerardo Anaya,
Present.
Vice Mayor Luis Galindo, Councilmember Jesus Roldan,
Present.
Councilmember Miguel Villalpando,
Present.
Councilmember Juan Castillo,
Present.
Councilmember Marta Gonzalez,
Present.
Councilmember Lorena Delgadillo.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. You have two proclamations. The first one is domestic violence.
Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime that affects millions of individuals regardless of age, gender, economic status, race, religion, nationality, or educational background. And whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity through the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic abuse. And whereas nearly 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men in the United States have suffered severe physical violence at the hands of an intimate partner, and many others endure ongoing abuse in silence. And whereas children who grew up in violent homes are often deeply affected, experiencing trauma and emotional scars that can last a lifetime, and may themselves become victims of perpetrators of violence in adulthood. And whereas local programs and national organizations work tirelessly to support survivors, provide education, promote prevention, and advocate for laws that protect victims and hold abusers accountable. And whereas raising awareness and educating communities about domestic violence is crucial to breaking the cycle of abuse and helping victims find the support they need to rebuild their lives. And whereas the City of Somerton recognizes the importance of supporting survivors of domestic violence, increasing public awareness, and ensuring that our community is committed to ending domestic violence. And whereas Domestic Violence Awareness Month provides an important opportunity to enhance education, prevention, and intervention efforts around domestic violence and support organizations and individuals who provide advocacy efforts, services, and assistance to victims. Now, therefore, I, Gerardo Anaya, Mayor of the City of Somerton, do hereby proclaim the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in Somerton and urge all citizens to participate in efforts to raise awareness, prevent abuse, and support those impacted by domestic violence.
Thank you. I would like to invite members of the Safe House and Everly's Place to come and receive the proclamation.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants to give a few words, you're welcome to at this time.
Thank you.
Mayor and Council, thank you so much for the opportunity to just spend a few minutes tonight. My name is Tori Morgan. I'm the Executive Director of Amberley's Place. And here's what I want you to know really quickly. Last year, total victims served by our agency was 3,309. Anybody want to take a stab at how many of those were domestic violence cases?
3,300.
Over 2,000 of them. So it speaks volumes about the prevalence of domestic violence, not just in Somerton, but in every community, in every walk of life, in every neighborhood in our county exists the issue of domestic violence. So not just in October, but all year long, we all need to support one another in combating and stopping the cycle of abuse in our community. It's super, super important. So we're grateful for our partners, the city of Somerton, all of the other municipalities throughout Yuma County, Safe House, and all of the other agencies that joined together. And we hope that you'll join us Thursday for the walk as we continue to do things to shed light on this important issue. So thank you.
We have a second proclamation, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Whereas breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer among women in the United States and a leading cause of cancer death among women. And whereas October is recognized as National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, dedicated to increasing awareness, education, and support for those affected by breast cancer. And whereas early detection through regular mammograms, self-examinations, and improved treatments can significantly improve the chances of survival and recovery. And whereas countless organizations, medical professionals, and advocates are working tirelessly to improve treatment options to support research for a cure and provide education on a breast cancer prevention and early detection. And whereas the city of Somerton stands united with individuals, families, and communities that have been impacted by breast cancer, and we recognize the strength and courage of survivors, as well as the need for continued research to find a cure. And whereas we encourage all citizens to wear pink during the month of October to honor breast cancer survivors, support those currently battling the disease, and remember those we have lost in this terrible illness. And now, therefore, I, Gerardo Anaya, Mayor of the City of Somerton, do hereby proclaim October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Somerton and encourage everyone to participate in activities that raise awareness, promote early detection, and support ongoing research and education efforts.
I'd like to invite members of the fire department.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
We're gonna move on, call to the public.
Jorge Lozano.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Jorge Lozano. I live at 1149 South Bingham Avenue here in the city of Somerton, where I resided for at least the past 20 years. I'd like to begin with that I'm your current city prosecutor, and I'm glad to be and happy to be in front of you today. I've been your prosecutor for 5 years, since 2019, and today actually, or this month, October, marks my 5-year anniversary, so I'm going into my 6th year. I also acted as your city attorney for the past 8 years, leaving my designation this summer. I'm a proud alumni of the Somerton School District, I have a local business here in town. I pay for my business license there at my business home. And I'm proud to say I'm perhaps the only attorney that's here in town. I've continued to have continued support for local agencies, clubs, and obviously because I live here, I shop local. In a minute or later on in this evening, you'll discuss some items in your e-session that have to do with the services that we provide and the contract that we have as a prosecutor. I want to thank you for continuing trusting me and providing this service. You'll discuss some of the issues that have been brought up. Currently, I'm paid on an hourly basis, and so my proposal is to move that hourly into a retainer agreement, similar to what the city of San Luis had when they had a contract attorney, and similar to what you have right now with your city attorney who's providing a contractual service on a retainer agreement. When you discuss that, you'll see some of the factors that our billing has been a little higher than usual. And so what I was proposing is, let's save the city money. Let's continue to provide the service. And I'm actually asking to save the city money and go down to a retainer basis so that we don't have to bill as much as what it's coming out to be. Again, coming up on my 24 years of practicing law here, and I want to continue working with the local agencies, our local police department, Amberley's Place, protecting our victims. We've had 3 trials just 2 weeks ago, protecting the church. There was someone that kept coming into the church, upholding our local code. We had a trial this summer of people putting up shades. And so that was a strong message to the community that we need to respect our rules, we need to respect our codes, and want to continue and assure you that we'll continue serving Somerton and we'll continue making this, I wrote it down, the best safe little city. And I'll remain on deck. You guys will go into e-session. I'll stay for about 10 minutes. If you want to talk to me or call me, I can participate, but I'll leave around 10 minutes. I have to go back to my kids, but they're by themselves, but because they're in the safest little city in Arizona, I can leave them there for a little bit, but I do have to get back. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public? There's none. We're gonna move on to consent agenda. There's 2 items: approval of Arizona special event license, the UTV Off-Road Show Chelada Festival on October 12th, 2024. Approval of Arizona special event liquor license, Gran Baile del Recuerdo on behalf of Knights of Columbus for October 25th, 2024. Does any member of council want to remove an item from consent agenda? Is there a motion?
So, Mayor.
So motion by Councilman Castillo,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Delgadillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we're gonna go summary current events.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. First, we'll have our Chief Juarez.
Good evening, Araceli Juarez, Chief of Police, Mayor and Council. I have 3 things to report on. We had the coffee with the cop this morning at La Cabaña. It went very well. We probably had over 60 contacts just with everybody coming in so early and talking to our staff. We got real good feedback. Most of the feedback was very positive. I want to thank Miss Martha. I don't want to say Garcia, but I said it. Miss Martha, thank you for being there. Thank you for being there this morning. She accompanies for a few hours, so that was very interesting. She got reports from several of the officers that were there on site to provide her a little bit of information as to the high school, what's going on with the schools, and we were able to provide that information not only to her, but to the public that was asking about what's going on with the school. So that was very positive. Purple patch, you'll see me wearing the purple patch, and you'll see the Somerton Police Department staff wearing the purple patch in an effort to bring awareness to domestic violence, like the proclamation that we just read The other thing is our adult academy is still going on. It started about 2 weeks ago. We're still inviting the public, whoever's interested, reach out to the police department in Somerton. We have real good information. We're gonna run this program for about 6 weeks for about 2 hours every Thursday. So if you're interested, you can call the 928-722-7326 number. We'll be more than glad to take you in. Even though the academy started, we have great things that we're gonna be offering to the public and the community, just a little bit more of awareness of what we do every day in the police world. Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Jones, Parks and Rec.
Mayor and council, good night, or good evening. James Jones, Parks and Rec Director. Somerton Art Festival is this Thursday from 5 to 9. It'll be at Centennial Park. UTV Showdown Chelada Festival will be next Saturday, October 12th from 4:30 to 12 p.m. The Senior Center birthday celebration for this month will be October 16th from 10 to 12. I also wanted to bring your attention that we are overseeding for the next month, so the fields will not be in use very often or at all, just because we want to make sure that we do a good seeding that hasn't happened in the last couple of years. And Paracone Park has started, so the construction, we have fenced off the walking path so people can still use the walking path. And we've done some maintenance on the trails to make sure that it's clear for everyone to walk. Thank you.
Mrs. Murillo, Economic Development.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Jasmine Zamudio, Economic Development Director. Last week, Vice Mayor Galindo, Community Development Director Salabord, and myself attended ICSC. The goal of ICSC event is to foster growth in retail and real estate sectors by facilitating connections between stakeholders and helping cities promote their region to retail. At ICSC, cities like Somerton showcase their market potential to attract new retail and commercial developers and investors to our city. I will share my pitch deck with you shortly after. I felt it went really well. We definitely are making a step for growth in Somerton, and I'm excited to share the conversations that are happening within staff and investors. Thank you.
And Mayor Charles isn't here today for Public Works, but he just wanted to share that, you know, the annual cleanups in full swing. It's been promoted on our social media. And so we're just reminding all the residents, making sure they're paying attention to the signs and when their area is up so they can have those items out for the city to pick up. And if they could please just making sure that they see what's on the list that can be picked up, so.
Councilman Villalpando. Villalpando,
Sorry, Mayor, I don't have anything. I had myself on mute.
Councilman Roldan,
I have nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Like Chief said, I attended Coffee with the Cop today. I was only able to stay for a couple of hours, but while I was there, caught up with the chief and some of the officers, and we're busy, pretty busy. And it was good to see local residents come in and talk for a bit. Everybody's usually in a rush, but they took some time to talk to our officers. Also wanted to remind that this Thursday is the vaccine clinic. Yuma County Health Department continues providing vaccines to the community on a monthly basis. It'll be Thursday from 3 to 6. If you guys can let the chief know. Thank you.
Councilman Castillo.
You know what, I really want to give kudos and props to, you know, to our police department assisting, you know, under the soft lockdown that happened in San Luis, Arizona. I was actually there at one of the schools, and I saw our Somerton officers get there. So they really helped out with parents, with everything that was going on. It was a very chaotic situation, but I mean, they maintained excellent customer service, and they helped guide parents through that ordeal. So kudos, Chief. I remember Officer Castillo was there, and I can't remember the other officer's name. There was two of them, but So it was great. It was great help there. So well, I want to thank you for that. And also thank you for everything that, well, all the assistance with our superintendent, with the school board and everything. And it's been very smooth. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Councilwoman Delgadillo?
I also want to echo what Councilman Castillo mentioned. Thank you very much, Chief. You know, it was a very stressful situation for everyone. You know, it's not that it's something new, but it is new for our community, even though Somerton, very blessed and grateful that it didn't occur in our community. But I know that you and your staff and all your officers are ready to respond. I did encounter, I mean, I'll be speaking to you or emailing you about a situation that occurred during that transition, that there was going to be a huge major accident between some officers that were rushing to the scene, that I was probably going to be part of that accident, that they didn't. I think it was more of a gun ho that I got to get there. But, you know, I just wanted to mention that it obviously wasn't our officers, and I was very grateful for that. But so thank you so much for that attention. Other than that, Mayor, I have nothing, but I do have a comment. I had a community member approach me today, Louis, on that community pickup. I'll email you and ask you and CC Charles, but the question that was asked and I wasn't able to answer is, I know that the signs are put up and it's a week, right? It's a week, I think it was Wednesday through Saturday or Sunday. The question that was asked to me was, if they pass through my house, I'm going to put myself as the example, pass through my house on Wednesday, but I'm not done putting everything out, but they already passed through my street, but it ends until the end of the week. Will they come back, or it's just one day the entire week? That's the question that was asked for one of them.
Excuse me, Councilwoman. It is that they go street by street.
Okay.
So it is neighborhoods. So one street will be, so they do, just to answer your question, it's that day that they pick up. So what they can do is they can call Public Works and we can define or tell them exactly what street, what day is going to be picked up, because it is a neighborhood and they break it down by street. So I couldn't tell you right offhand what street is first, but we can work with them on that. Just making sure that they know that we can give a specific date they're going to be passing through their street.
Okay. And I did go through the website and I saw the interactive map. And I looked for my address and it was there. So, but it didn't give a specific date. But the person that asked me lives on the other side of the town, which is not their turn yet. But we were wondering if it was just one day or how does that work? So do I tell them to call Public Works or?
Councilman, I would, but that's a good comment. And I think that's something we'll bring up to Public Works. And, you know, looking at the calendar, I think that's something we need to look at just because of the cleanup. Sometimes timeframes, depending on how long the neighborhood takes to clean up, sometimes they take longer than others. That's why they do a week. But that's definitely something that we need to look into and we can clarify better for the residents.
Alrighty, thank you so much. That's all I have, Mayor.
We have 4 items in executive session. So the first item is consideration of City Prosecutor's monthly invoices and discussion, consultation with City Attorney regarding the city's contract and the City Prosecutor and budget services. The other item is discussion or consultation with City Attorney to order and consider his position and instruct City Attorney on the future development of property generally located southeast corner of County 15th and Avenue E. Item number 3 is discussion or consultation with representatives of the city in order to consider its position and instruct its representatives regarding the lease of real property generally located in 346 West Main Street to Godmother's Pizza Restaurant. Item number 4, discussion or consultation with City Attorney in order to consider its position, instruct the City Attorney regarding the city's position regarding a contract with Tony Riggs related to the development of property located in 203 West Main Street. Is there a motion to adjourn to executive session? So motion by
Second.
Councilman Delgadillo, second by Councilman Castillo. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, 10 minutes.